Coming up, another very special guest joins us on the podcast today to help us hype up the 51st National Championships in Adelaide next week. Scottish karate icon and Guardian Girls instructor, an all-round lovely human being, Amy Connell. All that follows after our talented friend, Good Fortune. Welcome back to the Kaizen Culture Pod, where we are keeping the conversation moving within Australian karate. My name is Mitchell Durham, here as always with Nathan Blockley, and today we have a special guest, Amy Connell. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts, whether it be on Apple or Spotify, and we are watchable on YouTube. Please give the podcast a rating because it helps us out a bunch. Now, Amy Connell here joins us from all the way from Scotland, but you're actually in Australia. I'll quickly rattle off some achievements here because it's quite amazing. Countless times Scottish champion, 9-time British champion, Commonwealth champion, 4 times European medalist. You went to the World Games in 2019 and you're a Guardian Girls instructor and you've been competing on the international stage for a long time. That's a huge resume.
A bit of a resume.
Welcome to the podcast, Amy. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's so you've just come to Australia yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, 2 days ago now. Right.
How's the
Getting
jet
over
lag?
the jet lag.
Yeah, is it okay?
Getting there first night was, I didn't do it very well on the plane. I was like, right, I'm going to sleep then, wake up then. Didn't happen. So the first night was tough, but last night slept great. So hopefully that's me back on your time.
That's awesome. And you'll be here for the national championships in Australia. Not competing though.
No, come to watch.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
that'd be nice to see.
That would be awesome to see.
Maybe next Oz Open you can come back if you like Australia that much.
Yeah, love it.
And the Guardian Girls is something that we really want to talk about, but we'll touch on that later. I really want to go with this resume that I just rattled off here. This is actually insane what you've just done. You've been a leader for Scottish karate and such an icon. I say that, and it's probably a little tongue-in-cheek thing, but I really do believe that you've propelled Scottish karate for the last few years, especially since knowing you. How's that been for you, on the world stage?
It's nice to hear. Thank you so much for saying that. And for me, it's been incredible to be honest. I do feel that now Scotland we're on the map. Like maybe when I was younger, it was kind of like, oh, we've got Scotland. Oh, that's okay. Whereas now I really feel like people look at the draw and they go, Scotland. Oh, we need to watch out. Like we need to be aware of what they can do. And I love that. I think we're coming through as such a strong nation now. It's been a pleasure to kind of be a part of that growth and kind of see the next generation coming through.
Yeah, I think there's heaps of athletes at the moment that are getting through the pool stages at Premier League tournaments, which is no easy feat at all. And as you said, there's multiple Scottish athletes. It's not just a couple like we are in Australia. Hopefully, we can get to the point where Scotland's at now.
Yeah. And what's that been like for you? Have you been really trying to hone in the togetherness of the Scottish team? Do you guys train a lot together? What's the sort of situation in Scotland?
It's kind of we've got that one training a month where everyone kind of gets together. Probably like a lot of countries, you kind of got your monthly, I know you guys are a lot more spread out than we are, but we've got one a month that we all get together for Scotland Nationals. Otherwise, the clubs, there's a lot of good clubs that have a lot of good athletes coming through. So there's good groups of younger ones coming through in different clubs. Like Shittlekai Scotland, we have great kids coming through and it's so nice to see that, and then they get on so well with everybody else. And that does make a big difference, doesn't it, when people are in a team environment. So I think we're getting better at that for sure.
No, the team, I think that's been the biggest thing that we've also been trying to drive as well, is just like you're stronger in numbers and you can see that you guys help each other out. Like, a lot of people on the world stage, you've got Greg and Carly and Neve and they're all just coming through now. Not now, but it's just such a really good representation to have on the world stage together. I definitely think it helps. Going through competing in Scotland, and I'm not sure what the split is with the British Championships. I don't know how it all works because is it quite competitive now? I know England's quite competitive.
Yeah, just in the UK and then Ireland as well.
Yeah, we're definitely, it kind of comes and goes in terms of numbers and seniors. It definitely, we're not a massive nation. We don't have loads and loads, but we've got quality in there, which is the main thing that's coming through. And we tend to have to go outside, opens, internationals, kind of in Europe to try to get more fights and everything like that to really be able to withhold it. Maybe the numbers in the UK aren't exactly where we want yet, but definitely the younger ones are coming through and that'll eventually feed into the seniors. and
Yeah.
we'll get more numbers there.
Yeah, is that sort of a semi-regular thing to go over to Europe and compete? Because I know, like England, you can drive, you can
Yeah.
just catch the ferry or whatever to Belgium, but Scotland is a little bit harder to drive at least.
Yeah, we usually just have to, a short flight everywhere tends to be how we get about. So we're quite lucky that we're able to, go to Europe in lots of different places, but it's usually a flight for us.
Yeah, I know, it's so cheap. It's so good.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, plane prices now, they're not that cheap anymore.
No.
Even those short ones.
Yeah.
Four-time European medalist here, but you've represented the Europeans almost every year, I would say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when was your first senior Europeans?
Oh, good question. My first one would have been. You should know this off the top of your head, shouldn't you?
Called out.
Yeah, I know.
I have no idea.
Do your research, Mitch.
I should have done some research.
Probably, my guess would be 2017.
It was 2017, Mitch. I could have told you that.
2017. That's amazing you've been able to represent for all those years. But to come away with 4 European medals is something in itself.
That's
oh my
insanity.
God. Yeah, when was the first one that you got? What was that like? Can you just take us through? Because the European Championships is, I believe, almost like a World Championships with the amount of competition and quality countries that are in this event. It's definitely one of the most prestigious events out there. So yeah, that first one would have been so amazing.
Yeah, for me, so I've got two at junior level and then 2 at senior level. Right. So they're very different. Juniors, you're just coming into it; it's quite new. I probably didn't realise what it actually meant at that time. Right. I was just kind of like, oh, this is great. But then the senior one for me was the one that really, I would still say it's my favourite medal. I've probably had different ones, Commonwealth, things like that. But that for me, as you said, it's so hard. Our Europeans, the quality is phenomenal. You don't get an easy fight. It's every single round. They're great people. So my first senior one was when I just came back from a really bad injury. I was out for 2 years. So it meant so much. It meant I was coming back. I was excited. It was my first senior European medal. So all those emotions were in one. And it was also the same time that I qualified for the European Games at that event because of that medal. So it was just a very all-round memorable one for me.
God, yeah, and on the back of an injury as well.
What was the injury?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that injury?
I had bilateral stress fractures on both legs, multiple fractures on both legs. So I was out for about almost 2 years.
2 years.
Tatamis don't work.
Yeah.
They're not bouncy enough.
Yeah. We need more support there.
Yeah, right.
That's huge. Well done. That's actually so amazing. And then, because the way the European Games is structured, that's how you qualified for that one.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So amazing.
Do you feel like maybe coming off the back of injury, the pressure was taken off a little bit when you came back to competing? Did you have a lot of expectations for your comeback?
I mean, as an athlete, you always put expectations on yourself. But I remember just being really grateful that I was back. There was a time when I actually thought I wouldn't be able to be competing again. So the fact I just thought, you know what, I'm going to go out here, enjoy what I'm doing, don't put too much pressure on it, and then these
and then you got the medal, and then all of a sudden, there's pressure on me for the rest of my life.
No, I've got more pressure.
Yeah,
it's just a cycle, isn't it? Pressure's a privilege. We hear that so much, don't we? So it's such a nice thing to have, to be able to compete at that level and to have that pressure, because a lot of people don't get it. So grateful for it.
No, exceptional.
That's actually a good take. And then the second medal coming after that, when was that?
That was 2022.
2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good year for you. That was the Commonwealth Championship and the European medal as well.
Yeah.
Does the first one mean more to you, or the second one sort of that you backed it up again?
Tough one. It's as athletes, consistency is a big thing. We want to be able to show it wasn't just a one-off, it was consistent with those performances. The first one probably meant more in a different way. For me, I actually had my own coach who's been my coach since I was growing up at that one. So the fact that he was there, he came through the rounds with us, that probably meant a lot, having him there. And he's also my brother-in-law. So it was nice to have a family, that family aspect part of it too. So that means a lot to me in a different way, I would say.
Double whammy. Yeah. Support there. Yeah.
European Games, I believe that the only 2 from Great Britain were you and Joe Kellaway.
Yep.
Is that right? So that's a pretty prestigious sort of thing to take through to represent not just Scotland, but all of Great Britain. Just talk us through what that was like, that whole experience, because not many people get to go to these games.
Yeah, no, that was something that, as a little girl, karate wasn't in the Olympics when I was younger, but Team GB was such a cool thing. Like it really was. Like my mum makes me wear this every time I do an interview, so that's why I'm wearing it, representing today. But like it really was, getting the kit, going to the kit and out day, like that's something that I will remember for the rest of my life. And I wish we had more opportunities like that. But even just having that one time to go, to be part of a multi-sport event to that level was, so grateful. And it was and being the first female in Scotland to go to that, again, just it kind of elevated that and hopefully put us more on a map with what we're coming through with the next generation.
Oh my gosh, I had the biggest sneeze coming in. I was holding on to that for so long. Oh my gosh, so sorry.
I was going to comment on
so
I was going to comment on that old chestnut. My mum makes me wear it. I'm sure she wears it all the time. I reckon she wears it
I'm also very proud
around
of
the
it,
house.
so
You wore that on the plane over here, didn't you?
Oh yeah, for sure. Get an upgrade.
I think the best thing about that was seeing the little mascots around, because that was in Belarus, Minsk.
Yeah. Minsk.
I remember because I was doing a lot of traveling through that time, and I was seeing all the advertising like in all the random countries, and stopping over in Belarus, there was all these little, were they like cats or foxes or something?
Yeah, I think it was a fox.
Do you have one?
We got given, I've got the Great Britain lion. We all got one of them. That was like our takeaway. So
cool.
If you medalled, you got the little one. We didn't quite get there.
Yeah.
But the lion, which was pretty cool. So that's in a nice, prestigious place too.
Yeah. How was it fighting there? Because was it the same structure as the Olympics, sort of the 4-4 pools?
Yeah. So we had, it was exact same as what the Olympics was, like a mini version of that, which was really cool. And I suppose kind of like for us now, it's a little bit like K1s where you've got like your three, you get 3 fights, so you had to fight everybody in your pool. In terms of that's kind of the setup, but it was actually amazing. It was really good. The atmosphere was great. It was just great to see karate on such a big stage as well. That was obviously before we were in the Olympics, so just the fact that seeing it on TV, seeing people really supporting our sport, we don't get that a lot in karate. So to be able to see it publicised so well was great.
So good.
Yeah,
and then
I love just seeing karate publicised more and more, and it is like over the last couple of years it seems to be on television networks around the country, and it's participating in these events where it does get this sort of coverage.
And it looks
so
good.
Important.
It actually looks good when it's done well and you can see it and it's exhibitions really nicely. It actually is such a nice sport to view and watch.
Yeah, it is aesthetically really nice. Yeah. And I feel like even people who don't know karate, if they see a good technique, they know it's a good technique. Whereas in some other sports, I watch as a martial artist and I don't know what's going on. They're all tangled up and their limbs all over the place. But karate is a very clean sport.
We are very clean, which is good. And then translating that to the Premier League stage, you've been competing on the Premier League stage since pretty much first time senior. Yep. It's changed a lot over the years. Do you like how it's currently structured, the system of it now? It's sort of, the top 32 outside of doing the Series A's. How do you sort of see that landscape at the moment?
Yeah, I love the kind of round robin type thing they brought in. The 3 fights. I think that's great because especially yourselves maybe as well, but a self-funded athlete, sometimes you're traveling all this way for 1 fight. Unfortunately, you'd have a tough fight. They wouldn't get into you wouldn't get repertoire, and it was quite hard. Whereas now you're getting that growth, like experience of 3 fights. So even maybe you don't win them, but you're getting that experience of fighting at that level. It's coming back, and then you're able to take what you've learned and put it back into training. So I feel like it's definitely, making strides in terms of bringing the athletes' caliber up with all of that. Which is great.
And the way you get into the Premier League, that top 32, that's sort of through meddling at Europeans, yeah? That's sort of how you guys... It's not as much meddling at Series A, it's mainly Europeans catapult you into there, or...
Yeah, it's probably, for me, definitely a lot of that came from that. And then I do Series A's just to keep points ticking over, because we lose our points. So we need to kind of keep ticking away and making sure that we stay in that area where you can still do the ones you want to do. Unfortunately, you need to go to them all, don't you, to try and stay up there.
So it is sort of like in Scotland, there's a couple of tiers when it comes to athletes and how experienced they are. It's those that are at the level of competing at Series A's, but they haven't quite broken into that top 32, and they're not doing as well at Europeans yet. And then there's the people who are doing well at Europeans or very well at Series A that get put in the top 32, and that's their next step.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That because that's what it's created. This whole change with the Premier League and the top 32. It's making that division and making sure that where you're at as a karate athlete, you've got a tournament that suits your level. So I love it. Yeah,
And
cool.
And not only on the Premier League stage, just competing, but you've been commentating quite a fair bit, getting on the microphone, which is always good to see. But not only that is the Guardian Girls Initiative, which is the sort of reason why you're over here. And I think it's a good sort of segue to step into. I didn't even know it was happening. And then all of a sudden there was this demonstration at one of the Premier Leagues, and I was like, oh, what's Amy doing out there? What's happening? What is this? This is it's a fantastic sort of initiative that's going on, but just want you to talk us through that. How did that come about? What is your involvement and what makes you so passionate about it?
I just want to butt in here a bit as well. Sorry. I just want to say a comment. Like I think a lot of people, especially people who don't know karate, think that if you're a sport athlete and you're doing these tournaments that we do, that we're not traditional karateka as well. Yeah. But you doing this Guardian Girls thing is it's a proof of concept that we are martial artists and we do have practical skills. So tell us that whole story on that side of Amy, not the sports karate side, but the traditional side.
Perfect. I think so. I had been teaching kind of women's self-defense courses in Scotland. I got into it completely like randomly. My dad, he's like, as you said, traditional karateka. You know, he's done traditional karate for his entire life. We have a sport aspect in our club, which is where we come from and how we do what we do in sport karate. But my club's still very traditional. You know, we have all the rules. We still do basics. We grow up doing kata. Like that's what makes you who you are and makes you, like discipline, respect. All that stuff comes from, traditional karate. So I went along to help him teach a women's self-defense seminar. And I just seen it, and I seen the women, and I was like, oh my goodness, these women walked in here like low in confidence, a wee bit nervous, not really sure what to do, and they left that hour session feeling great, feeling like empowered. Like, and I was like watching it, like this needs to be like shared more. Like we need more of this. Like I do karate, and I've never seen somebody doing this before. So I was like, that's kind of what got my interest in like self-defense for women and how there was a market that nobody was helping them with. So that's how I got into it, and then WKF reached out because they wanted to start a program that aligned with that, and it was just perfect timing, for me when I jumped in. I was so excited to take it to the next level, to try it on a global scale and see where we could take it. And that's where we are today. We've been to Morocco, Cairo, like all these in different countries, sharing what self-defense can do for women. And I always like to say, like, yes, we teach them the practical skills of technique, but it's not really about that. It's more about that like confidence that they walk out with, that like self-assurance that maybe other women in other countries don't get, or other women who don't do sport don't get, because we take it for granted. Like a lot of us, especially the females in our sport, we're confident, we can hit back, we're quite strong, we're quite powerful, like because of our sport. But a lot of women have never had access to that, and that's really what this program does. It gives women that sense of like, do you know what, I am strong, like I am capable of this, like this is my space, like people don't get to treat me a certain way. And to be able to see that across the world, and through this program, through WKF, through everything that they've done, it's been great. It's been really, really a pleasure to be part of that and see that growth.
God, that's incredible.
That is fantastic. That is actually so good. Just keep, honestly, just keep going. I could listen to you for ages.
Talk all day about it. I love it so much. Sometimes I get too excited.
No, but you can see the passion that it just rolls off so like seamlessly, and you can tell that you really, really love it. And you are doing some amazing work in this program. Just from listening to that, 2 seconds just then, understanding the need for something like this. It's, I love what you said. It's not just about the practicality and the techniques and stuff like that. It's self-confidence and self-belief, and getting you to, share that experience with women across the world. I mean, you've been to how many countries so far? What was the list? You guys have been to maybe 12?
I know
13?
It's involved now in 17 countries. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And Australia will be the 18th when it launches in Adelaide. Yeah, so incredible. And so it was launched from our research. It was launched in October 2022. in the US, in Los Angeles, and I'll just give the name as well, by Shin Koyamada, who announced that he was going to launch this initiative in Kenya in 2019. So a bit of roots there, but yeah, official launch in the US in 2022. And when did you get involved into this program?
So the end of 2022 was when they reached out to me, and then we started kind of hitting the global aspect of it in January in Cairo. That was the first time we kind of did it on the karate like stage and started to promote it through then.
Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, it was. I think like when it launched, it was the consensus around it was a demonstration, and I didn't get the whole like the actual the courses and the qualification, because what you do is you take a course with women and then they get qualified as instructors firstly, and then those are free to do classes within their own country, and that's how the spread works. Hey.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And I suppose the demonstration, people just saw that and they didn't understand the behind the scenes. So that demonstration is great, but it doesn't really do anything. You know, we wanted to showcase what we were doing, but actually the real work and what makes a difference is the instructor courses, which is what we're doing next week in Adelaide. So we've got a 2-day course where there's 18 women coming. I think there's 3 from Oceania, and then there's 15 from Australia that are coming. And, you know, they are going to be there for 2 days, kind of like learning how to then go and teach in their local communities. And that's where the difference is made. You know, that's when people have access to their like local community centre that actually can teach a women's self-defence course. That's where the difference will really be made. And I know Australia are really behind it. They are set to do, I think it's 50 free self-defence courses in the first year. They're really wanting to really roll it out and make sure that there's lots happening like all around Australia, which is amazing to see. Like the country are just really behind the programme.
Yeah, that's incredible, because the course isn't teaching women from scratch either. I believe it's limited to second dan karateka. Yeah, so they already have a quite an extensive background in karate, and then you're just showing them how to teach the course to others in their community, and that's how it spreads. So it's a really good recruitment sort of framework, isn't it? Yeah.
What does that sort of look like in? I know you probably don't want to give too much away of the course itself, because you got to do it. But just a little bit of insight to what that looks like for the instructor and what things that they will learn, how to facilitate these types of sessions.
So I suppose, like you said, a lot of them, they already have that kind of second dan, so they came from a martial art background, which is great, because we want them to be able to have that confidence already in martial arts and to know the difference that it can make for women. And then we do like a little bit of the psychological aspects, because that really is such a big thing. You know, we teach women self-defense, but realistically the goal is to never have to use it. It's the goal is to never be in the situation. So if we can make women feel empowered before they even have that situation to deal with, then that would be, the optimal goal. So we teach a lot of the psychological aspects, like how to avoid certain situations. That is a massive part of what we teach, and how to kind of articulate that to other women who maybe have never heard that before. And just how to react in certain situations. The most important thing, I suppose, in self-defense for anybody is just to react quickly in the right way. And our natural instinct actually tends to be the wrong thing. So it's actually a trait that we do need to learn. And that's why having it in local communities will make a difference, because it's that repetitive training that will actually have that instinct that will make a difference. But yeah, I think I'm now rambling, but I think that's what you asked.
No, that's you highlighted the fact how important the communication side of things are when it comes to self-defense, because I feel like a lot of the outside perspective is go for the eyes, throat, and privates. That sort of.
That's like a little tagline: eyes, throats, and privates.
Yeah, that's what you teach, but it's a lot of the communication before, so you don't have to resort to that sort of extreme. Resolution. So
absolutely.
So then what does that sort of look like at the Nationals? So if people can look forward to, coming up and speaking to you, watching out for the demonstration, but just to just give us a little bit of insight to what that's going to look like at the championships next weekend.
So we're doing the seminar, the instructor seminar is the kind of Wednesday, Thursday. Then we're going to Government House, which is like an official launch there, which will be incredible. That's kind of like where we'll hear from I wrote her name down, so I had it down. What is it? Her Excellency, the Honourable Frances Adamson.
Yes, the governor.
Yep. got it right. She's going to be speaking, so it's going to be great to have, that kind of like Adelaide home, like support behind it. And then on the Friday, we'd have 2 seminars for women. So these are open to anybody. Still, if anyone's listening to this and they'd love to come, you're more than welcome to. There's one on Friday morning at 10 o'clock for an hour and a half, and one at 2 o'clock till 3:30. So people can come along and have that experience of actually learning the self-defense for an hour and a half.
Yeah, so that's an exceptional opportunity for like parents maybe of athletes competing at the nationals.
Yeah.
So it's at the same venue as the national championships, just in a different room. Yeah. I'm sure there will be information about where it is. There will be banners everywhere, I assume. So definitely if you are listening to this podcast, or maybe you're an athlete whose mum could maybe benefit from this sort of program, suggest it, because it's open and it's free on the Friday.
Yes. Free for everybody. You get a t-shirt when you come, bring your water bottle, just wear normal clothes,
come for the t-shirt at a minimum. Come on, guys.
Gotta come for the t-shirt. Is that the one with the, it's like it says the Guardian Girls. Yeah, that's such a good one. Very good. Well, yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I've got from my side of things. But Amy, thank you so much for coming on. If there was something that you wanted to say to the Australian karate community, I don't know, spread some of your wisdom. You've got a lot of it, so surely you can give us something to.
Oh, you put the pressure on. This better be gold.
Yeah. Just something to impart the Australian audience for us, if that's okay.
I would just say, I think, especially as an athlete, as growing up, we take things seriously too much sometimes. You just need to actually enjoy it. Enjoy the path, what's happening. If you're an athlete, enjoy all the ups and downs. Just if you're not an athlete and you're listening to this, enjoy your life. We take things far too seriously sometimes, but at the end of the day, you just got to enjoy what you're doing. And I think, that's, if you can do that and just have one thing every day that you enjoy, then you're doing pretty well.
Fantastic.
Words of wisdom from Amy Connell.
On the spot as well. Thanks so much, Amy, and we really look forward to catching up with you next week. And anyone that's in and around the national championships, please come up and say hello to Amy. She's an amazing human being. So
if you want any more information about the Guardian Girls Karate program, please reach out to us via Instagram, and we can definitely put you in touch.
Yep. Thanks, Amy.
Thank you so much. Lovely to see you. Thanks for having me, guys.
See you later, Amy.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, we are back from the break. Thank you so much to Amy for jumping on and having a chat with us. I really enjoyed that chat.
Oh, it was incredible just to see what she's doing in the world of women's self-defense and how much confidence she's bringing to these people. No, it's amazing to see, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it at Nationals. Kaizenculture will be doing the media for all of it, so we'll be there Wednesday, Thursday at Government House, and then also Friday during the competition as well.
Man, you're going to be so busy.
So busy.
You got a big team though coming help you.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. But 6 people deep. Just, crazy.
Biggest team to date?
Biggest team to date by pretty significantly.
So I think it's time to hype up this national championships.
Yes. Oh, it feels like it's just come out of nowhere. I think it always does.
Yeah, but also this year it's been very early. Because it's like a month earlier than usual. Yeah. But far out. It just feels like only yesterday we were competing at Oz Open.
I know. Crazy. But Nationals, best, maybe it's just me, but best event of the year for me. In Australia, just the whole teams around it, it just builds that energy in the stadium. And it's not just a bunch of different clubs, it's big states going head to head. So it'll be interesting as well to see what happens in the medal tally. Because I believe last year WA came second. Did it come second or not? Victoria?
No. Did we? I think we did actually.
I think maybe. I think because it was one of the first times we had a bigger team than New South Wales.
Yes. Yeah,
so I think we actually did come second in the medal tally. Don't know what the numbers look like for this year. That'll be interesting to see what the team sizes are. We still have quite a big team.
Yeah, it's a massive team. Yeah,
going over.
Pretty big.
Adelaide's a lot closer. Obviously. So it'll be interesting seeing. Imagine if we actually take off. Victoria. No, it will never happen. I shouldn't even
Never say never. Never say never.
Not this tournament. Not this Nationals.
But this is going to be a huge one. I mean, last year's was such an amazing spectacle, what they did with the second, the Sunday, with the light show. And the finals on that separate day. I wonder what's going to happen there. But the state basketball centre, is that what you said?
Yeah, State Basketball
Adelaide?
Centre. I've heard great things about it in terms of the actual venue. So hopefully, we trust Karate South Australia to put on a show. You only get the nationals as a state once every 7 or so years, 6 or 7 years. So it's definitely pour your heart and soul into the tournament. So I'm sure they'll come through with quite the spectacle.
Well, last time it was 2015.
2015.
I was still a
10
junior.
years
I was
ago.
a junior, yeah. 10 years.
Wow.
15? Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's a long time ago.
But we'll hype up this national championships. We'll go back to last year's and see who the champions were and who were the highlights and things to look out for this year, because there's some anticipation for this one.
There is, some storylines, that's for sure. And you're involved in one of them, Mitch.
Yeah.
You've gone back to back, and your back to back was last year.
Yeah.
So this would be back to back to back if you could
Open.
take the Open this year.
Hopefully.
I wonder how many times that's been done.
Don't know. We'll see.
Not very often.
It's hard because it's like Oz Open and Oceania Opens. It's like it's not technically back to back to back.
No, I like the nationals in a row and then the Oz Opens in a row. Like Jelena is back to back in Oz Open.
Yes, true.
She's not back to back for this tournament. She's not going for a back to back. But next Oz Open she will be.
Yeah,
So-
wow, that would be wild to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my side of things. The female Open. Who the champion was last year was Liv.
Yes, Liv versed
Georgia.
Jelena in the Oz Open this year. So if Liv did win that one, would she be
Back
maybe?
to back.
We'll settle that.
the semantics.
That'll be for a later date.
No.
But yeah, so Liv's looking to go back to back this year.
Very cool.
And I'm sure Georgie's definitely itching to get her first Open title as well. Because I don't
she's been
believe
close.
she's cracked that gold medal, but she has been close.
Yeah.
And then Jelena will definitely, she's a consistent in the Open. So I
love
think it
seeing
was Jelena and Georgie in maybe the semi-finals last year.
Yep.
I don't know if Jelena ended up getting bronze or not.
Yeah.
Can't remember that result, but
yeah.
definitely some high contenders in that female.
It's going to be awesome. That's the Nationals Open division is so good.
It's
Oz
gonna be
Open as
incredible.
well. It's like I just love talking about the senior Opens.
Yeah, and then the Carter as well.
Carter.
Yeah, we've got probably a Dylan and Kento rematch, but who knows? Maybe there'll be
Maybe Zachary can contest.
a bit of a dark horse sort of pick.
You never know.
Yet never know. And then in the female Open,
Emily should be back.
Emily's back. Because she only missed Oceania because of a wedding.
Yep.
So hopefully she doesn't have another wedding. For the
Emily, you got another
Nationals.
wedding to go to? No, let's see you at the Nationals. That'd be good.
Yeah, and it'll be a
Stephanie.
Tara, Stephanie, and Emily sort of.
Trio.
Yeah, and then Zara Tay as well as she's
yeah.
won it before.
That's
Not
so
at a national championship, so at an Oz Open.
You could have to do little tabs next to each one.
Yeah.
No, that's
So-
good. That's gonna be so good. The senior opens, man, at a Nationals, I think it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. But the cadets and juniors are also good.
Got to give them some love.
Always. So at the Oz Open, we saw the cadets males. It was a brotherly love fight off.
It was a twin fight
Yeah,
off.
not even just brotherly, twins.
Twin fight off with Danny and Angus Wiriasada.
Yeah, which one won?
It was Angus.
Are you sure? Do you know?
I'm 100% sure because I remember the match
Yeah.
so vividly.
Yeah,
It
right.
was like Angus scored points early on and Danny was like chasing and he kept coming back. I think Danny took quite a significant lead early on.
Yeah.
Angus kept coming back and then in the last second got Danny and took the win. So
How was that? How was that like drive home to the back into the? They share a room, right?
I wonder if they talked. I
They're
don't
like,
reckon
just
a word
don't talk
was
to me
said.
for like 4 hours.
Nah.
Need a cooling off period.
Yeah,
That's going to be good to see. So the two Victorians there, and then we had the Lucy Choi Lawrence from
Yep.
Queensland.
defeated Tatum Heber in the Open at the Oz Open.
Yep, New
So
Zealand.
maybe
New South Wales.
we see a rematch there, or we'll see how those two go.
Lucy has been in the Open final a couple times now.
Yeah, I believe last national she was. Oh no, I think that was in a weight against Gemma.
No, that's the Open. Gemma's.
They're not the same division.
No, they're not the same
No,
division.
so yeah,
No, so that was
it
the,
was
that was
the
the
Open then.
Did she win that?
No, she came second. Gemma won
Last
the
year's
Open
nationals.
last
Oh,
year.
and it'd be good to see if Gemma's back. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on there with the injuries and situations, but
Me neither, hopefully, because she's an incredible fighter, and we've definitely missed her this year
Yeah.
at both the Oz Open and the Oceania Championships. She's definitely of that caliber that she should have been at both in some capacity, but missed her just because of injury.
yeah. But she's junior
Hardships
now.
of Friday. She's junior,
I think
yeah.
she's a junior, so that's going to be good. Stepping into the bigger category with the girls in that division. The other Lucy, Lucy Maggio, won against Sophia Innes at the Australian Open.
Yep.
I didn't see this fight. Did you see?
I did see the fight. Sophia Innes is take 48 or whatever it is, the lowest division,
So
and
small.
making it to an open final, which
That's
is
wild.
just insane. And then Lucy's not that much bigger, to be honest. She's definitely not
true.
the heavyweight. I think she might be the second lightest weight, maybe.
I'm not sure.
But yeah.
Both
it
small.
was both small, both electric though. And definitely relied on that speed and explosiveness to get them to that final. So that'll be a very interesting to see how it turns out at nationals.
Who do you reckon?
Oh, from that one, God, it like Sienna Downey as well did very good at Oceania. She got second in the Oceania Cup Open against the French girl who cleaned up all of our athletes, unfortunately. So maybe she's a dark horse to this one, It's an open division. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Wait, was that Sienna Dow? Is she cadet?
She's not cadet. No, she's got to be junior.
Wait. Yeah, maybe
because she's the same division as Lucy.
Wait, no, but maybe she's cadet. No, I've got her down as junior.
Yeah, I think she's junior.
Really? Oh, God.
Well, do you have her down as junior?
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Yeah, right.
Must be right. Maybe I got it wrong. I don't know. I'm just confused now because I believe that new Cal girl that won is a cadet.
Yeah, maybe it was the Cadet Open. So who was... Yeah, because it was
Oh, no. What have I
Lewis
done?
Lidgett.
Oh.
Lewis Lidgett, who got
Have I
in the
got this
final
completely
of
wrong?
the... That's my bad. No,
No,
I went to...
I've got this wrong.
We both got it wrong.
Yeah.
Because I went to Sienna
Who's in
thinking
charge of this
junior.
podcast?
But it was Lewis Lidgett who got the final of the junior
Right.
Oceania Cup Open.
Right,
So maybe
Lois.
she's the dark horse
Lois.
in the junior female Open,
I'm going to get it here because I feel like I'm tripping so badly here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I swear I read it as junior,
Yeah, right.
the Oz Open. Can you pad a little bit?
Can I pad a little bit?
Yeah.
I
Can you
mean,
pad something
we're sort of on the cliffhanger
of cutting?
of finding out what it is.
Is everyone? Oh yeah. Here we go. Kumite Individual Female Cadet Open, Lucy Troy Lawrence at the Oz Open.
Yeah.
And then junior. Oh, maybe this is. Oh no, yeah. Cadet Individual Female Juniors Open, Lucy Maggio versus Sophia Innes. So then, what have I done
Cadet.
here? No, it says junior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
junior. We're
So
not
what-
talking Sienna Downey though.
Yeah, where's
That's who I
Sienna Downey?
mentioned. She being cadet.
Oh, this is where. So she is. No, Sienna Downey is not. Didn't result at
In the cadet
Open.
Yeah.
Or the junior Open.
But I believe she is a cadet. And that's where the confusion came from.
Right.
It was Lewis Lidgett, who did well
Lois.
in the Lois Lidgett, who did well in the Junior Open
Yeah.
at the Oceania Cup. But yeah, just too much talent to keep track of.
There's so much talent. And then the boys side of things, James Simone.
Oh, yeah. Who knows
Against
who
Caius.
will take it in that one?
That division's stacked.
Yeah, you got James, Riley, Matt
Riley.
Yeah.
Riley
You've
Frederick.
got Jack Stossius. You've got, and I'll probably not name like 3 or 4 of them as well. There's so much talent in that
Cameron
division.
Quinn is a junior.
Yes, Cameron Quinn is a junior. So yeah, just an insane amount of talent in that division. So I could not. That would be like
One of the highlights, I reckon.
Yeah, one of the highlights to see. But it's a pick a name out of hat in that division, I feel.
And they're all going to under 21s next year. Not all of them, but I think quite a few of them, which is scary because the under 21s division is already pretty stacked.
Yeah, with
And,
the injection it got from last year, because there were quite a few juniors from last year who stepped up into under 21 this year.
Mm-hmm. And this is a big question that you were talking to me about before, is that, the teams, the senior teams, quite deep in I would say, in Victorian male space, they're going to get even deeper now with the under 21s that are included.
Yeah. So what you got? Leo Rizkala, you've got Hudson
Maggio,
Maggio, and you've got
Stephen Cameron,
Thomas
Tom Kearns. Oh my goodness! And then the girls' space as well. This year, you already seen it. April Sweeney got the bronze. Kiri medalled in her division. Crystal going to Worlds this year. She's been under 21 for a while.
Yeah,
but still, Mia, Heron, like that's all from New South Wales except for Sophia. Oh wait, Sophia Doo's competing for New South Wales this year.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's moved over. So that's another one where she's gone injected to that team.
Yeah. So New South Wales might get a bit of a buff in the.
Can they beat the Titans of the WA female team?
Yeah, I think that's so tough. I believe the WA senior female will go back to back to back.
Because they won 23.
They won 23 and 24.
Did they win 22? Poor. I'm going to do some research here because if they've already gone back to back to back,
surely not.
I'm gonna do a little bit.
I can't remember if that was the discussion when we did the podcast after the last nationals that they went back to back to back, but that would be crazy. But yeah, they're two. Well, at the time it was 2 plus 68s. Since Liv has dropped down to take 68.
Yep, but still long.
Yeah, and with Laura, so you got 2 take 68s and 1 plus 68. Such a big, team from WA compared to you've got the smaller girls from New South Wales like Mia Heron, like Sophia Doo would be competing. So
who gets
it'd
that
be
gig?
a tough call.
Wow. Let's have a look. I think I've got it here. Or Team Senior Female Open Kumite. Oh, no, that's the Open. Yeah, Team Senior Female Open Kumite. They got gold in 2022.
What about 2021?
There was no nationals in 21. So they've gone the 3-peat.
Wow.
They're going for the 4.
That's insane.
I've actually got chills. I've got chills. Because Queensland challenged them last year.
Yeah.
They had Georgie. Then they also had Senna.
Senna,
she was fighting so good. I don't know if she's fighting this year.
No idea.
But far out. This is going to be so exciting for the girls to do that. But then the boys, like we said, New South Wales have, like you said, got the talent there.
Yeah.
But the numbers.
Victoria's got the depth.
Yeah, and you guys better watch out for WA. We've got a superstar team this year.
Yeah, I hope so, because last year wasn't that great to see.
It's hard when, just the numbers drop off and circumstances happen, but like I was happy with how competitive we all were.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like when we had to call on 2 veterans and they came out there and fought literally the best in Australia in like Daniel and Yoni and these people like that, and they held their own. And I'm happy about that. But
okay.
like
we'll move on.
Yeah, we'll move on. Oh, maybe next year.
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes. We've actually got some numbers this year.
Yep.
We've got some numbers, so it's just about strategy.
Yeah, and you get some more depth next year as well with Cameron Quinn coming up.
Yeah, the juniors coming up.
Yeah, and a couple of others, yeah.
I'm very excited about that. All right. I think that's enough for hyping up some nationals there.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be an exceptional championships, and the storylines will be there, and the spectacle will hopefully be around it. Yeah. So
City of Churches.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be amazing. Can't wait.
Packages already been released, probably already sold out.
Yeah, most likely. I mean, Oz Open, we sold out in 24 hours. We do have a greater number of total packages this time, but we could only do that by providing photography-only packages after we sold out of the photography and videography packages.
Sure.
So there are a more amount of packages. Who knows if we'll still sell out in that sort of 24-hour time frame, but I know there's been a lot of hype around it, and we're a bit late to it this year, just with Oceania and the whole after that, and then WKF being involved at Nationals and
Guardian Girls.
Doing the Guardian Girls, and God, it's just been such a hectic time, but really feeling like we're really seizing all these opportunities, and packages, hopefully will still have already been sold out, but if you don't end up getting a package, not the end of the world. We will be selling photos on site as well. They just won't be in packages. So it'll be the same as like we did at Oceania. It'll be single photos or packs of 3, packs of 5, packs of 10, which is still significant to capture the memory of the national championships, I feel.
I think it's good, and if you don't get a package, you pretty much cover like almost everyone. I would say.
Yeah,
you're pretty confident in getting.
I mean, yeah.
80% of people.
So that's the thing. We've got 3 photographers this time, which in every tournament we've had so far, we've only had the 2, and they've been spread thin across the 5 mats, following only package athletes. So this time we'll have 3 across the 5 tatamis, and the setup, we actually have a little bit of insight in the setup. It's not going to be the straight line tatamis like it was in Victoria. No, it wasn't in Victoria anyway. In Geelong, they still had the
like 2,
the little
three.
C,
the C.
This time I believe it's like a cross.
Oh damn!
Yeah, with 1 in the middle and
old
4
school
on
style
the outside, sort of thing.
I haven't seen a national championships or any championships in the last 5 to 10 years that has the cross.
Yeah, let me double check.
How do you view that? How do you view the middle one?
So I've got the lowdown, because we're doing some work with Karate South Australia as well.
Yep.
So this is how we have this insight.
Now I like the straight line to tatamis.
Oh no, I am lying.
Oh,
I'm lying, but it isn't the C either.
Okay.
It is the 2 and then the 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 2 up top, 3 on the bottom,
Yeah.
and then the seating on the sides. I like this. I like this look a lot.
There looks to be a lot of stand area, and there's also a significant warm-up area.
Yes.
As well, there looks like there to be a 10 by 10 mat for it.
Yes.
So
That is the best thing.
yeah,
Oh man, it's next week.
yeah,
I'm so excited. I'm actually, whew.
yeah. So,
Oh my goodness.
And then the other thing is, we should have worn them today, but we're doing merch. For the first time live, we will have a stall presence in Adelaide, and we'll be selling merch T-shirts.
That's if the
And
shirts
there'll
get
be-
made in time.
Yeah, of course.
No,
They're
it'll be
already
good.
at the embroidery.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. They're getting embroidered as we speak.
Yeah.
No,
And we'll have limited stock, unfortunately, because we'll be bringing them all the way over to Adelaide. So definitely get in fast to get that limited stock if you want them at the tournament. But you can also place an order to get them delivered as well.
And I know some people already did the pre-order as shipping. So you've ordered it as I'm not going to be at the Nationals, so you ship it to us afterwards. I don't know if I was clear on this, but all of the shipping orders will be fulfilled after the Nationals. So when we get back, if people buy them at the championships, we're going to make them all up again, make the new second order, and then send it all out together.
Send them all out.
We still got to work out how to do all that more efficiently.
Yes.
So if anyone has any ideas.
We need to rely on postage services, unfortunately.
Yeah. But we'll figure that out.
But yeah, cannot wait to have an actual full-blown stall. Hopefully we'll have information about the online gallery that you can buy the photos from the event as well.
No, we will.
And
It'll be
then, so our team of 6 is the other thing I want to get into really quickly.
Yeah,
is
sure.
that we've got 6 staff at the Nationals, and it will be a social media manager in Chris Twine. He was, I travelled with him to Rabat for the Premier League, and he's just a super experienced media person,
Nice.
photography, videography, but also social media, owns his own business. Then we got the 3 photographers, our lead photographer, Anhad Jungra, and we've got Marcus Hintz, and we've got Kelly Ann as well.
Okay.
So it's just it's a huge team, and hopefully we'll be able to provide as much of a service to the karate community as we can. And that's what we're aiming to do. We're honestly not making a whole lot more profit off this tournament than any other tournament that we've done in the past, but we're providing a deeper service, which I think is super important.
It's what matters the most.
Yep.
Trying to give as much as we can to the community.
Definitely.
Because we just love seeing everyone posting all of the photos and just capturing your experience. And I know how much it means as an athlete. I can only imagine how much it means as a parent or a relative that's not there,
And you have those memories to look back on for an entire lifetime.
Absolutely.
It's so valuable. So really happy with being able to do that.
For sure.
On to the next.
Yeah, the last thing that we're going to talk about is the Kaizen Culture Super Seminar version 2.0.
It just feels like we're talking about so much exciting stuff. National championships, our presence, and then we got the super seminar.
At the Nationals. No. No, we're just going to be advertising it and explaining a little bit about it, trying to let you guys know exactly what it's about, showcasing it to you guys, to for those that didn't understand what it was exactly about last year, but hopefully we can get so much like media about it and showcasing what it is and how you guys can be a part of it, because it's going to be a little bit different this year. Last year we separated it into 2 days and 2 specific levels. It was fine, but this year we're going to be doing just all levels, all ages, and it'll be catered to developing and specific in the days separately.
Yeah. So running sort of parallel to each other.
Yeah. And so this is, last year it was about the teams squad that was going away to Pamplona.
Yep.
This year we've sort of adopted a similar, but it's a new sort of ethos around the super seminar. It's we believe that this super seminar is to have the best and current Australian athletes in Australia right now, delivering sessions and boosting up the next generation of athletes. So the way we've sort of come up to that is the last 2 years of senior world representatives.
Yeah, they get to be coaches at this seminar, and they get to provide an impact onto the generations coming up. And for the people attending, they get to hear from Australia's best currently, which is just so super valuable.
And we've got the list.
We've got the list
of confirmed athletes who will be coaches at the seminar. Should I read them out?
Let's run it, yeah.
So we have
we got the time?
The time?
Yeah, there's quite a few of them.
It's quite a few. There's actually quite a lot, actually. So I think there was like maybe out of the last 2 years, senior world representatives, there was like 16 or 17 to choose from. And we put the message out there. And
to all of them, yeah. We weren't
them.
being selective in that part. It's just they made the team. They are...
Yep. And it was just whoever was available, they said, yeah, I'm happy to come along and help out, which is fantastic. Like, these people are just amazing people to be able to come and help out. So first, we've got Daniel Thielen.
What a goat to start with. Yeah.
Olivia Clifford.
Jason.
Ben Harvey.
Yeah.
Max Noble. Mandy Yap. Laura Golding. Jelena Kalejic. Rory Attridge. Myself. Iris Webb. And Celia Tran.
And there's some new names from last year as well, which is great to see. And that is such a wealth of experience. So I'd love to know how many years experience is in that. I mean, last year it was 100 plus. It's definitely going to be 100 plus with that.
That's huge.
With just you know.
No, John's not here. Don't pass it on to me now. No, I'm so excited. This group is amazing. So we're going to work together to develop little sessions in each. So you get 4 sessions a day. You can find all the information at the National Championships. I'm not going to go through it now just because it's too much to go through now.
No.
But I guess the main thing is the information will be at the Kaizen Culture store, and you can join a wait list.
And you get 10% off the price if you join the wait list.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not securing your ticket, not purchasing tickets. It's literally just putting your name down to say, hey, I would like to be on the wait list. And when the tickets get on sale, you'll be sent them first. And if you're on the wait list, you get 10% off. I think it's pretty good.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Actually, some people have already joined the wait list.
Yeah, and we haven't even advertised
it. So it's good to see that people are interested in it. So
I think the message is just join the wait list. You lose nothing. There's no lock-in commitment. Join the wait list, see what it's all about, and worst case scenario, you say, no, it doesn't interest me this time around.
Yep.
And I'll look next year.
Absolutely.
So join the wait list.
But apart from that, I mean, well, not even apart from that, there's like so much stuff there. But there's a lot going on next week. I just want to say to everyone, good luck. Have the best time. National Championships is one of the best events you can compete in. I'm super stoked to see everyone. Feel like I've seen everyone like literally last week. But go out there and have the best time and compete hard for your state, because it's a privilege to compete for your state. Yeah. Anything you want to say?
No, you summed it up perfectly there. Yeah, just be proud that you are representing your state, because you deserve the position that you've got yourself in, and just go out there and have fun and try your hardest.
Very cool. All right. As always, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Let us know your feedback, thoughts and opinions. Send us an email at kaizenculture.info@gmail.com, or simply send us a DM on social media. We look forward to seeing everyone next week. I don't know when the next podcast will be, but hopefully after the National Championships. All right. See you there.